Hello, an episode... Oh, fuck, I picked that up already. two words. Hello, and welcome to episode 48 of... The Golden Cob Podcast. Oh my god, I fucked it up twice. Should we start again?
Welcome to MIFFs. I'm Matt Huss. And I'm Dan Rhodes. Whether you know about Theseus or you're revising your syllabus, if you want tales with a bit of jest, or you just want to hear about incest. What? What? It's really interesting. Welcome to MIFFs. Welcome to MIFFs. Ding dong! Who's at the door? 48! That's not a phrase, but it is now. Welcome everybody to episode 48 of MIFFs. I'm Dan Rhodes. And that's Matt Hoss. Yay! Okay. We're going to start off today's episode.
Are you going to do the whole episode without me?
Maybe.
Go on, see how far you can go without me, because I don't think you can go very far, because what will happen is that you'll run out of steam, you'll not be sure what to say. I'm the one that keeps this podcast going, Dan, you know. Go ahead, rest of the podcast without me.
You are about to be very, very disappointed with how quickly I do this.
Okay, go ahead. No more Matt Hoss.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 48. I hope you've had a great time. Going to start off today with yet another email. Last week we had Matt's brother Alex email us in. That was very lovely of him.
No, I
Alex,
feel like I need
hope you're listening. Hope you're doing well. Oh, sorry, who was that?
Sorry, you need to have more.
Sorry, there's someone in the room.
Can you? I'm sorry, Dan. But I think you didn't have quite the same charm I bring to the podcast. You know, I had that kind of. I'm the lovable one. You know,
that's true. Actually, yeah.
You're just a dementor.
Just a guy doing a podcast.
We mentioned it because last night I was at Camden Comedy Club, my first gig of the year, and I talked a lot about podcasts, didn't I?
You did,
yeah. And the thing is, when I mentioned it, Dan, I mentioned that I did a podcast, and Dan didn't laugh at that. He didn't laugh at that joke. But friend did. Yeah, Noah. Famous from the last podcast.
The guy that listens to us whilst
working out
in the gym.
But did you enjoy the show last night, Dan?
I did enjoy the Camden Comedy Club. Yes, it was very good.
What kind of show was it?
It was a work in progress show.
My brand new show.
Well, I didn't know that. It just seemed like it was.
Oh, you're such a dick. Oh god! See, this is what I have to put up with, you know. But I'm going to do the rest of the podcast without you, Dan. Should we do our own podcast, but at the same time to each other?
Oh, we're not allowed to reference each other.
Yeah. Okay. On the count of three, we'll start our own podcast.
Okay.
3,
2, 1.
Hi guys.
Hi everybody. How you doing?
My name's Matt Hoss, and
I'm
it's a pleasure to be here.
We're going to talk to you today
about MIFFs.
The
best thing about MIFFs is that I can do about MIFFs.
Now, Matt was really annoying last week about how he was having sexual feelings towards goats, and I thought that was pretty weird. But hey, why did you stop?
My brother has sexual feelings towards goats.
Goats, yeah.
We had to cut that bit. It was too much of a risque email.
No, I went to Camden Comedy Club and I saw you perform. It was good.
Yes. Thanks, Dan.
There was you, a guy called Chris, and a guy called Ben.
Yeah.
All very funny.
Yes.
I enjoyed it a lot.
And I think I was probably... You said afterwards I was the greatest comedian of all times.
No, you asked me if I thought, based on what I'd seen that night, did I think you were the greatest comedian of all times? To which I responded, top 9.
Yeah, well, actually, I think I've got up to top 3.
Top 3, yeah.
Who else was top 3?
Carl Pilkington and Jedward.
Yeah. Who else is in the top 9 then? Who else? Gandhi.
It goes comedians top 10. It goes of all time.
I reckon Plato was a laugh.
Plato's probably a laugh. Yeah.
He's in the top 10.
I'm struggling to think of any comedian. It's very hard to rank comedians, actually. And that's something we can get into, but that would take... I mean, I dread to think how long that would take you to rank every...
I was messing around, but I don't... I think ranking comedy is subjective and kind of... As long as everyone has a lovely time. Yeah. I think everyone has their personal favourites, but I mean... It's like... Sorry, go on.
Jokes aside, and to sum up Matt's comedy night last night, it was good. It was about 2 hours 40 minutes of 2 audience members sitting at right angles to each other.
Sorry, not 2 audience members. There's 2 separate audience.
2 separate compartments of a room talking to each other.
It was like an L-shaped comedy club.
It's like an L-shaped comedy club.
The way you phrased it sounded like it was you and Noah. Which I have done that gig before.
Yeah. Where the best joke of the night came from Matt's Bluetooth speaker. And I could see Matt genuinely annoyed by how big a laugh he got.
That got a round of applause and I didn't, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, annoying stuff. But and thanks for coming
No,
down.
it was very good. I did have a good time.
You were very complimentary.
I know, it was honestly very, very good, yeah.
It felt very odd to hear you say nice things.
Yeah, no, Chris and Ben were really good.
Cheers.
No, you were very good last night.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, if anyone is actually genuinely interested in seeing Matt live, do go to Matt House Comedy and do actually check out his days because he's actually quite good.
Look at that! Yeah. And this last year, he didn't even know what podcast
How
this
did
was.
you think I knew what venue you were at?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point, actually, because I didn't actually tell you. Oh, you actually did research. Oh, thanks, Dan.
No, you actually... I think you actually invited me to a Facebook event, which I never clicked going on, but I did.
Yeah,
but I did read the address for.
I did notice.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's instead of you being, you're not always nice. However, let's talk about someone who is very nice.
Yeah.
Because Daniel, a couple of weeks ago, we got quite a lot of emails.
Well, I was just saying before you interrupted me because you decided that you couldn't live without doing this podcast for 20 seconds. That Alex emailed last week, and we've had another email since. Boom.
Well, we
From
got
Kansas, USA.
we got.
Yeah.
I'm going to build up to that.
Sorry.
We got an email from America.
Ooh.
Land of the...
Ooh, not
Great.
landlocked.
Not landlocked.
Does have coastline.
Yeah, it has a lot of states. Did you know it?
Third biggest country in the world by area.
Really?
Fun fact.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were like
What
geography.
did you think it was? Because Russia, Canada, America.
China?
China is big.
Really?
Not top 3.
Not top 3?
Not top 3, no.
Whoa. Alright. Ethiopia?
I don't know the order of every...
Alright, so in the last couple of months we've been growing a fan base in America, and we got our first American emailer in, as in person to email a podcast, not first
person in America to send an email.
Yeah.
Good job, America.
We got an email from Beth, which we're going to read out right now. Last episode we did a lot of American accents, so apologies for that, Beth. We'll read out yours now. Should we?
What I also love about the email is the enthusiasm, the American enthusiasm with which it says, "Hello from Kansas, USA," as if it's from Kansas, Gloucestershire.
What?
Is that a place?
What?
No, it's just funny that it says USA.
Oh,
as
I
if
see.
like Kansas.
No, but I think that's
That's what I'm saying. It's cool. It's cool to read that.
okay.
What's your favourite thing about Kansas?
Probably I was a fan of Kansas the band. I assume they come from Kansas.
Dust in the wind.
That's an old song. I would have went for "Carry On My Wayward Son."
Dust in the
There'll
wind.
be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to
The only
rest.
song I know by Kansas is "Dust in the Wind."
Don't you cry no more. Bum 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 bum. Sorry.
The only song I know is "Dust in the Wind."
Oh.
And I assumed that was what all their music is like. I didn't realise they're actually quite rocky.
Yeah, they're quite.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was all like "Dust in the Wind."
Is it the same band?
I'm pretty sure that's Kansas, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. Have you not
All
heard
it
of...
is dust in the wind.
Know how we did our separate podcast? Why don't you do Dust in the Wind and I'll do Carry On My Wayward Son.
There's not.
Beth
I'm now
wants...
having doubts as to whether "Dust in the Wind" is even the band Kansas, or whether I've just made a grave error.
In all fairness, I did forget the Paul McCartney song, so...
That's true.
So let's read... Sorry, Beth, we've mutilated your email. So, Beth writes in, "Miffs has become my favourite podcast these days, and you can tell she's from America because she's used the American spelling of favourite.
She's missed the O out. The U out, even. That's what I meant to say.
Bloody colonies.
Right.
Sorry, I genuinely feel rude because it's not my brother or your mum emailing it, so it's like an actual person. In addition to the awesome myths, you guys are hilarious. I love the ranking idea, and the voices are always gold. That's great. Yeah.
Thanks, Beth.
I'm not sure if you heard my acting, but I'll do a thesis from Birmingham again. Oh, from Birmingham, yeah. That's all he says.
That's all he says.
Listening to Miffs has gotten me through many irritating days at work. I'd love for you to read my email out on the podcast. That would make me feel so special. Ha ha ha. I'm on episode 21 right now. Brackets, I only found you guys a few weeks ago. I mean, that's a pretty good... I've only gone for a few weeks.
Only gone for a few weeks, already on episode 21.
That's pretty
quite
good.
Impressive.
And Dan hasn't listened to any of the podcasts, and he's in it.
That's quite impressive.
But
that's 3 episodes a day.
Right.
For a week.
That's not. She hasn't listened to a single week. It's several weeks.
Oh, a few weeks. Oh, okay. So
how did you do that?
One episode a day, then, maybe?
Yeah. Well, come on, Beth.
Come on,
the
Beth.
pace.
Jesus, Beth.
By the end of this email being read out, I would hope you listen to every podcast 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I tell friends to listen to podcasts, they're like, "Oh yeah, that'd be nice." And I was like, "You got to listen to it, the entirety of everything, all of my podcasts by tomorrow, or else that's it." Because there's not enough time. It's like, well, better stop sleeping then, mate.
But to be fair to her, it sounds like she's reading them in order, which I appreciate.
Yep, Noah.
But
I'm catching up very quickly, which is a delight to hear. I've been trying to come up with a myth to suggest since you guys seem to be covering all the big ones. And I actually happen to have a Greek mythology book for young children that I've had since I was a kid.
Good to know she didn't steal it off a kid.
Because we read this earlier and you're like, bit dodgy. I was like, what? Is that? Oh, she didn't steal it from a kid. Oh. So she flipped through this young children book of mythology. And there is one about Arion and the dolphins that you haven't done yet. I also heard you mention in an episode that you hope one day to expand to Egyptian, Norse, etc. myths, and I'm super excited about that. I'd honestly listen to you guys talk about anything. Ha ha ha! You guys are hilarious.
Can I just say one thing reading this email that we get in a lot of our emails, some of whom genuinely don't want us to read them out, but. Have you noticed how people genuinely don't call them myths, MYTHS?
Yeah,
They actually spell them MIFFs, MIFFS, and that means that we're getting through to people, man. Yeah. It's working.
Also, can I just say, like...
No, it sounds silly, but that's nice.
No, it's, this is,
because they're myths when they're on the mythology.
Yeah,
but when they get to the hands of Matt and Dan,
MIFFS.
Myths. Yeah.
Although it's very hard, when I'm at gigs trying to plug it, I'm like, it's MIFFs, MIFFS, and I'm like... So they type in the normal way of myths. It's like, no, you haven't got it, guys.
Because it sounds like the word... You know what, guys?
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
It doesn't really work on stage. As you found out last night. She also finished it by saying, thank you so much for all the work you guys do on this amazing podcast. Can't wait to hear more. Can't wait to hear more. With love, Beth.
Oh, thanks, Beth.
P.S. Also, you should totally get a hold of Dan's unsatisfactory critical thinking essays and read them on the podcast, which we are in the process of doing. But we didn't really say a proper thank you. I responded. Dan did not respond because I deal with the emails and everything else. Dan, you...
Actually, you did read it and then send it to me that day, and I did read it. To be fair. You forwarded it to me. Yeah. And you said, hey, we got an email. How cute is this? But
we just wanted to say there's so much lovely compliments in that, and we're genuinely kind of overwhelmed by it, aren't we? It's really sweet.
Well, you might be, but we're pretty hilarious, so it makes perfect sense.
See, I'm trying to be genuine and sweet. You're like, no, I'll still be a dickhead. I won't leave my persona for a minute. But thank you so much, Beth. And... So I just picked you out there. Thank you so much. It's such a. We're happy that you're enjoying it. If you can make us big in America, if we can play Shea Stadium in New York by next month, that'd be quality. We'll be as big as the Beatles.
Yeah, I mean, what's famous in America? I want to be as popular in America as.
See,
I've nearly said obesity, but that would have not been funny.
Yeah. So I was saying, hey, should we try and be positive towards America? You're like, no, let's fuck them off. Yeah.
Hey. I spent a lot of time in America. I'm a big fan of the USA. I love it. It's amazing. Been there a lot.
Okay, I thought you were finished.
I mean that genuinely. I like America a lot. Yeah. My plan is to eventually finish all 50 states. I'm up to 26.
Are you?
26 states I've been to.
Really?
Yeah, it's not bad. Kansas. Unfortunately, Beth, not one of them.
Should we go to Kansas and meet
Maybe
Beth?
we should go to Kansas, yeah.
See, that's how much of a podcast, that's how committed we are. We just, what states have you been to? Can you name them?
Quite a bit of the East Coast, and then kind of a lot of the top half, the northern states.
Yeah, me down south.
I kind of did them, and I've done some of the Midwest as well, but I've never kind of done that kind of southern belt or anything near Kansas or the middle.
I've been to New York and Florida.
I could tell you all about my different states and where I went, but that will be very boring.
Yeah, let's not do that. But so, thank you once again, Beth. We really appreciate that. And to say, not thank you, but we're going to actually take you up on your offer, and we actually found the myth about Arion, so we're going to do that today.
We are. Arion and the Dolphins.
And if you guys want
Let me guess, he invented dolphins.
Beth,
FYI, if it turns out this myth isn't about a guy inventing dolphins...
You failed.
I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Don't take that from Dan. What I was trying to say is that if you guys wanted to get in touch as well, you can also email us. How, Dan?
You can email us at misspodcast@gmail.com.
And you can suggest a myth for us to do as well. And as Beth rightly points out, we'll be doing Norse and Egyptian in the future. So if you wanted to get your hedge your bets in early, why don't you send us a couple over there soon as well?
Yeah, any myths. No, genuinely, thank you, Beth. It's a very nice email. And yeah, I hope you're listening and having a great time at work.
Yeah.
That's what she said, right? That she listens to this at work. I'm not just making that up.
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Alright, we're going to head into the myth now.
Hey there, my name's Matt Huss, and in this link I have an American accent, and I advocate the safe use of Miffs podcasts. In small doses.
Alright, let's do this podcast. Let's do this podcast for Beth. Okay, so do you know anything about Arion?
No, I don't, but I'm pretty sure I'm about to find out it's about a guy who invented dolphins.
By the way,
because the Greeks needed a way of explaining why there are dolphins, and they were like, oh, let's make up a myth about how a guy invented them.
Dolphins are like...
I don't know why I keep saying invented, not created.
Yeah, it sounds like they're like killer dolphins, like robots.
Is this going to be like the myth version of like The Cove?
I've not... Maybe Deep Blue Sea? What?
Have you ever seen The Cove?
No.
Matt, you're a vegan, you should have seen The Cove. The Cove's about that place somewhere where they kill all those dolphins.
Oh, that sounds like a great hoot. Yeah. By the way, how are we saying Arion, by the way? Because I'm kind of saying it like the Nazi way at the moment. Arion.
Yeah, I'm saying Arion.
Arion? Should we go Arion?
No, I think it is Arion. It's not spelled...
Arion.
It's not spelled Arion. I think it's Arion. It's not spelled Arion as in the Aryan race.
No, it's not.
It's Arion. Arion.
I might say...
Alpha Romeo India, Oscar November.
Oh, I had to take a phone call to the police the other day.
Yeah, you were telling me.
I took down a registration plate because this guy... I was driving down to London yesterday, and I was at a service station, and this Irish guy pulls up to me in a van and goes, you want to buy some cheap TVs? I was like, I'm fine, thanks, mate. He goes, they're really cheap. I'll do you a good deal for them. It's like, nah, it's alright. And I was like, that's not legal, is it? So I called up the emergency police, and in my head I've got all the, you've heard me do phonetic alphabet, so I thought if I prepare I can say it, and I sound like dead professional, and I gave them a license plate. I was like, Delta, Oscar, whatever, and she was like, oh, thank you for that. Where's your address? And it's a place, and I didn't want to give you my address, but it's quite a hard thing to spell. So she's like, okay, I'm not quite sure how do you spell that? I was like, no, for gnomes, that's a G. No, November, Oscar, Tyne. It was a phone call that lasted 5 minutes, which should have been 2 minutes. Yeah.
Didn't you do the woman on the phone was like, it's okay, you can spell it normally.
Yeah. Yeah. She was like, just say it normally. It's like, no, November, Echo, asshole. Anyway, let's do Arion Grande. This is the myth of Arion. There was once a youth in ancient Corinth who played the lyre with such skill that many said he was taught by the legendary musician Orpheus, for he had the power to charm beasts with his songs. Now, do you remember Orpheus?
Orpheus and Eurydice.
Episode?
I don't know episode numbers, you know this.
Episode 19.
And he goes to the underworld to save Eurydice, his girlfriend, and there's only one stipulation: he can't look at her until they're out of the underworld, and about 2 steps away from being in the real world, he turns around and looks at her because he's a fucking idiot. Correct?
See, that's how you're doing the bridge version, not... one day there was once a man called Orpheus, and then tells a backstory.
Was that in reference to last week when I made my incredible abridged version of Perseus? And
but it wasn't abridged, it was bridged. No, it was just unabridged, I guess. That was almost like the Alan Partridge moment. It's like, I don't want to be... I don't want to be infamous, I want to be famous. Anyway, so he's taught, possibly, by Orpheus. Once upon a time, the young Arion learned... a young Arion learned a music... It sounds like it, doesn't it? A young man with blonde hair...
Should we say Arion then?
Arion.
Arion?
I don't know.
I think his name's Arion though, isn't it? Clearly.
Yeah, let's just say Arion.
Yeah.
And hey, when have we shied away from racism?
Hey, maybe this has something to do with the Aryan race. Maybe we're about to find out.
Oh, that's how he meant dolphins and Nazis.
Yeah. Oh, a dolphin! Shalom, get the fuck out.
Once upon a time, young Arion learned a music contest was to be held in Ionia, birthplace of Homer, with a bag of silver for first prize. Wealth did not draw Arion, but like any Greek hero, he wanted to win fame. Yeah, so he's heading to Ionia to go into a music contest.
What instrument does he play, by the way?
I think it was Lyre.
The lyre, okay.
So he's
and that sounds like... No,
it sounds a bit more like... Carry on my wayward. Sounds like
I hope he's not as creepy as the last musical genius we read about, which was Pan.
Oh God, Jesus!
Oh God, Jesus!
Oh
God!
Honestly, I think back to that episode and just grimace. You know what I mean? Yeah. However, Arion's friend Periander, king of Corinth, warned him of pirates and shipwrecks
off the coast of Ethiopia.
Yeah, you got there before I could. In those days, passenger ships did not exist. You embarked in any passing vessel and hoped you would reach your destination. So, like, EasyJet.
There's a thing, though. You just kind of... Excuse me, where are you going? We're sailing to India. Can I come? I'll work for free. It's like one of the movies, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll work for free. We can't have any more boys on board. No, please, I'll pay. Okay, you can... and then you end up sleeping in the... Stowaway, yeah.
That was a very interesting little excerpt you did. You got very passionate.
A few customers of mine have told me before that in the, I think, 60s and 70s, you could get really cheap tickets by booking flights with cargo planes.
Mm.
Yeah, a few customers I've got at work who used to go to, like, I'm talking, they've been to, like, very, they were telling me, like, people that have maybe gone to quite extreme countries back when maybe travel wasn't, we're talking 70s, 60s, back when you didn't go to these kind of countries, like Afghanistan, Iran, or whatever. And, a few different customers have told me about times you could ask cargo planes, because cargo planes have some crew, and they have, like, a few, like, little cargo seats, and you could just basically pay, and they'd let you, like, go in the cargo hold to fly somewhere.
That's cool. I mean,
not allowed now because of Osama bin Laden, but
is that true?
Well, like, after 9/11 and all that, like, after terrorism and stuff in the early 90s, and then getting into, like, especially after 9/11, you definitely can't now. Yeah.
Oh.
And then that guy tried to set his fucking shoe on fire, and I have to take my shoes off every time I go to an airport, which is dumb.
Okay, did I ever tell you when I was in Dublin?
When I say dumb, I mean safe.
Yeah, I was gonna say. When I went to Dublin, because I went on Ryan and I had my big backpack, right, and I basically all my stuff was in there, and I also had my battery packs for, like, chargers and stuff like that. It was in the front pocket, and it was this guy's first day, and he was kind of like really nervous. He's like, I think that's something, and he was really slow, and he had a look at my thing, and someone was like, all right, we're gonna have to check your bag, sir. And,
as if he's been doing it all day because the guy on the thing isn't.
So they had to kind of search my bag properly. And she looked through my bag in the first compartment, just for cables and wires. Second compartment, all my books and stuff. The third compartment had my underpants in. So I was like, there's no, like, dirty bomb in there or anything like that. So it's just, she had to go through all my underpants and stuff like that. And you'd be surprised, I wasn't aroused.
Yeah, I don't like that moment when they have to, like, look at stuff.
But I'm very easily impressionable, though, because, you know, like, in certain documentaries, there's, like, false confessions where police intimidate impressionable people to force them to confess to something they haven't done, right? I thought when because I'm very susceptible to authority. So if they were to be like, no, you have got a bomb here, haven't you? But yes, I have. I'm really sorry. Like I would be awful. But I did get a bomb in the plane, so. However, Periander, the king of Corinth, warned him about those shipwrecks and whatnot. But Arion was so keen to go that the king paid a merchant to take him on board. So Periander's very sweet to his friend.
Very nice, yeah.
Arion played beautifully in Ionia, and sure enough, the prize of fame were his. He booked passage back with the same merchant who conveyed him across the sea and headed back home for full stories and pride. So far, it's very chilled out.
It's very chilled out. Just a guy who's good at music asks for a favour to go on a ship to Ionia, yeah.
What do you reckon his headliner song was? Do you reckon it was like a rock concert? It was like, alright guys, for this Lyre solo, do a fucking mosh pit. and with that machine head but on the lyre.
Yeah. I don't think music like that wins awards.
That's why you're wrong. Sorry, this is a man that's only seen one musical gig live.
Yep.
And who was that?
It's 30 Seconds to Mars last year.
It's like you don't have taste.
I've been to gigs like amateur live gigs.
Don't call me that. Alright,
so he's going to win. Oh, he won the prize.
Yeah, and he's come back.
When they were nearly back to Corinth, the merchant came to him one morning and said,
do a funny voice. The merchant.
It's a pirate, right?
Okay, yeah.
Arr, I'm sorry, lad, but we must kill you. We want that silver prize you've won.
For the merchant was really a pirate, as there were so many ship captains back then. I'm not even going to read that again. For the merchant was really a pirate. They would rob you, sell you into slavery, or hold you for ransom if they thought you could get a good price. Wow. Arion started to plead for his life, but he saw the sailors waiting with drawn swords and knew they had no reason to spare him. So he asked a favour, that he might play one last song. The crew thought it would be a fine thing to tell their children that they had heard the last song of Arion the harper, so they agreed. He took his place at the brow and set his hand to the strings.
Okay, so imagine, like, his gambit was, okay, they want this bag of silver, I could give it to them.
Because they're going to kill him. Yeah.
Or, maybe, I guess, I can just play him a song.
Yeah.
Like, that's a gambit and a half, isn't it?
It is.
So, what happens afterwards?
He sang of the red poppies on the stone walls of Corinth, and the golden grain of Ulysses, and the Eleusis, and the purple wine of Epidaurus. He sang of the deep green caves of ocean where Nereids wove the tides. The sailors held their breaths. Then Arion jumped into the sea.
So, red poppies on the walls of Corinth, and golden grains of Eleusis, and the purple wine of Epidaurus, and the deep green cage of the Nereids.
Where the Nereids wave the tides.
If that's not a number one hit by tomorrow, I don't know what it is.
And then he's like, see ya!
Yeah.
Splash.
Well,
Sploosh.
what did they think was going to happen now? What?
I guess he thought he'd finished the song and they'd be like,
Arr, that were a beautiful song. Stabby stab stab.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it, yeah. That was lovely. Thanks, lads. So, he goes into the water. Splish, splash, splash. Miles from shore, they assumed he would drown, and they sailed on. But a dolphin, drawn by his music...
Can I just say, from a zoological point of view, this is fascinating because dolphins are, if you want to lure dolphins in, you have to use some kind of musical instrument.
Yeah, drums.
Drums, or the lyre.
Yeah.
Nothing gets a dolphin going like the lyre.
Yeah. Imagine a dolphin and drums, that'd be great.
That'd be funny.
But surely, do you reckon a lot of the dolphins were at Arionia where they played the music?
What's that, sorry, say again?
Would a lot of the dolphins be near Ionia where they had played?
Yeah, of course.
So this one has head home early.
Yeah.
So a dolphin was drawn to his music and rose under Arion and said, "Keep playing, master. I will take you."
Do it whilst doing your dolphin voice.
Keep playing, master. I will take you anywhere. To the ends of the world. Which sounds like dubstep. I've got a really bad throat that hurts.
Shall I do Arion?
Yeah. Are you?
What's Arion going to sound like?
Well, he's already German.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I've got no need to go that far. Take me to Corinth. He raised his lyre and played while the dolphin crested the waves.
So, whilst you sing a song whilst on my back.
So I'm going to Corinth to see my friends. Got lost on a ship with the pirates and I wanted to go to the world's end. I can't rhyme as evidenced by last episode. When I'm sailing on a dolphin. So when I'm sailing on the dolphins, it makes me feel really cool. I hope this dolphin isn't Jewish.
No, cut there.
That's not kosher.
Okay, so they're sailing on the waves. At last he came into the Bay of Corinth in this outlandish fashion, and the local fishermen and the sailors were much amazed.
I have to admit, I can't think of anything cooler than riding into town. Having already fought pirates, I say fought, he's sung them a gay song, but riding into the Bay of Corinth on a dolphin.
Just to refute,
I think a Family Guy with Peter, and he's like,
no. Just to clarify, you said a gay song, which I don't like that terminology.
A happy song.
No, but the thing is though, like there's an interesting point there because these pirates, which are men who are bound with violence, he's like, oh god, what song am I going to sing to them? Let's sing about lilies, yeah,
poppies, yeah.
That'll stop.
I love the puppies. Yeah.
My favourite flower, yeah. That'll stop me from murdering him.
So he's riding into the Bay of Corinth on a dolphin, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds like something like Freddie Mercury might do.
Yeah.
So also, it'd be quite difficult to ride on a dolphin.
Well, I think you'd be able to kind of...
Would you stand?
I think you'd kind of straddle the dolphin on the back, crouching down, holding the dorsal fin, whilst having your legs kind of either side of its like lateral fins.
Yeah, Arion's like Aquaman, but like on a low budget. Have you seen Aquaman?
I haven't yet. No.
I liked it, but none of my family did. The fishermen were amazed. The commotion soon reached the palace of King Periander, who came down to the harbour and learned the cause of the disturbance. There he found Arion, dripping but unharmed, and learned the whole tale. The youth was fed and clothed and escorted back to the court at the king's orders. Firstly, did they get there before the merchant ship? Because it's dolphins faster than ships. Secondly, what's happened to the dolphin? Is he just hanging out at the bay? Or hopefully you haven't killed him or anything.
No, they wouldn't do that.
Wow.
Zeus is probably having sex with it.
Anyway.
The next day the merchant ship entered the harbour, and the sailors and merchant captain found themselves summoned to the royal court. There Periander inquired what news they had of this young friend, and where he might be now.
"Arr, it were terrible, your majesty," said the captain. "Arion won the contest, but offended the gods. One day on the voyage home, he boasted that he was a better harper than Apollo, and a greater singer than that of Orpheus. A huge wave broke over the brow and swept him away. We searched the sea, but ye found no trace of him. His bard of silver must have pulled him down. Mortals can't defy the gods."
No, this is...
This is the king.
Yeah, so the king, what's the king?
No, they can't.
Oh, I was going to do it.
Do it then.
No, they can't. No, you were better.
Do you like my pirate voice?
Yeah, it's very good.
Lost faith in it halfway through.
No, it's good. Good, I liked it.
"No, they can't," said the king, and called Arion forward. "Here he is, whom you meant to drown. The gods sent a helper to thwart your villainy."
Then Periander ordered servants to search their ship whilst the crew was detained. Sure enough, they found a bag of silver under the captain's chair. The king's judgment was stern. Pirates and their leaders were weighted down with bags of stones and cast into the ocean. Okay. You know what? It's... For all Greek myths, that's not the most... That's quite rational. It's awful, but it's at least it's not... They haven't flown off the handle like everyone else did.
Yeah, that's true. This is a very...
This is a stoic...
Quite interesting though, but it's pretty tame.
Yeah. Good though. But that was not quite the end of this tale. Afterwards, the kindly dolphin came often into the harbour.
Look, we haven't given the dolphin a name yet. Brian the eagle, he's got a name.
Barry the woodpecker.
Barry the woodpecker's got a name.
Which we almost forgot about.
Yeah.
Derek the dolphin.
Derek the dolphin. Okay, Derek the dolphin. Actually, is the dolphin female or male?
Well, yeah, we have assumed it's
we
gender.
have assumed it's gender.
Should we have
Daphne the dolphin?
Daphne the dolphin.
Daphne the dolphin.
Daphne the dolphin. One of my friends at university was called Sam, and he used to laugh like that. I guess he's from like some like Essex place, and we're like like SpongeBob SquarePants kind of thing. So the kindly dolphin would come into the harbour to hear Arion play. Oh, when the animal died, they say the gods put him into the sky as Delphinius, the fish-shaped constellation that guides good sailors home.
So we know the name, actually, it's Delphinius.
Delphinius.
Daphne
Delphinius. That's his full name.
Her full name, Daphne Delphinius.
That sounds like a proper Roman name.
It does, yeah. I'm Daphne Delphinius, leader of the seven seas, and emperor of the dolphins.
I actually got genuinely a bit sad when the dolphin died. Because it's a kind dolphin.
Yeah.
And she just wanted to hear him play.
She just wanted to hear him play.
And, you know, Arion wasn't very nice to him.
Although the reason it was probably on its own in the first place was probably because it had been abandoned by its pod and was probably sickly and going to die anyway.
You made me feel very sad. So this story we have from classical Greek tourists who visited Corinth years later and heard the story from locals concerning the origin of a little gold statue in the temple depicting a youth riding on a dolphin's back. Actually, yeah, the Corinth tradition.
If I ever... that would be the coolest profile picture ever on social media. Just riding a dolphin towards...
Yeah.
Maybe riding into a dolphin into battle is the next best thing.
Like Aquaman.
Like Aquaman.
Okay, time to rank this myth.
Myths.
Right, life skills.
Before we do that, should we have a bit more of a amble in?
Okay. Right, life skills.
Thank you, Beth, for sending that in. As you know, Beth, we are now going to rank it. So we're going to, life skills. So it's out of 4 different categories. Life skills, practical things we learned.
Practical things we learn. How to ride a dolphin. That's a big one, by the way. That's a big one.
How to sing.
How to sing.
How to skate pirates.
How to play the harp and lyre.
How to kick pirates.
Yeah, how to kick pirates.
How to
lie. The pirate lied. The pirate captain lied.
We also learn how to win a bag of
Speak to
silver.
dolphins.
Yes. I thought we said beat dolphins then.
No. Speak to dolphins. Communicate with them.
We also learned the master race.
Yeah.
I guess I would learn that how to be a nice king.
How to be a nice king. Yeah,
Arion was the most chilled out king in the world.
That's more morals though. Like how to actually deal with the situation.
Yeah. Not a lot. I'm going to say 5.
Yeah, we give 5 a lot, don't we? For life skills? No, I think it's a 5 to be fair.
Because it's average. It didn't wow, but didn't.
Yeah, I think it's 5. Morals.
Morales.
Quite a big one, which is don't steal and don't lie.
Yeah,
And if someone wins something fairly, it's theirs.
And I kind of guess it means that if you see someone in need, help them out, whether it's a human, an animal, or anyone.
Yeah.
Show compassion.
Yeah. And don't be a dick. If you're a king, he showed compassion. He was rational about it.
Well, I say rational. He did murder them, but
okay. Well, he dealt with it better than other kings.
Yeah,
would have.
yeah.
I mean, in the context of mythology, it was dealt with quite rationally.
And I also Arion went down to play to the dolphin, so it means like be thankful for the ones who help you out in a bad situation.
Yeah.
So it's actually a very sweet myth, you know. I mean, apart from those pirates being drowned to death, but
yeah.
Also, don't lie, don't steal, don't be taught by Orpheus, because nothing ever good happens. Yeah, I think that's it. Maybe a 6.
I think a 6. Creativity. I'm a bit worried this is going to score highly here.
Take it away, Dan.
creativity is how creative it is. What is there narrative-wise? Is it good? Got lots of cool characters. It's about a guy going to a contest.
Yeah. And he
wins.
The contest is actually the littlest thing about it.
Yeah.
As well. So I think it's actually got quite a few layers here. So you got
The pirate
competition. Pirates. And we've never seen pirates before.
No, we hadn't actually.
We don't really have that many contact with dolphins either, or like any normal animals as well. Also, how can the dolphin speak?
Weird, actually, the dolphin spoke. That's true. It's like Dr. Dolittle.
Maybe I think it's pretty unique myth. None of these things we've kind of seen before, but that is because it's tame. If you know what I mean, like it's very chilled out. If you know what I mean.
It was.
But that's
It was a nice little story.
But
though.
it is creative in the fact that it's not like bullshit crazy. If you know what I mean.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say, prepare to refute. I'm gonna say 6.5 or 7.
I knew you were going to say 7. I think it's probably a 5 or a 6, realistically.
Let's go for 6. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to mark down WTF though because it's not crazy.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna.
A guy rode a dolphin and scared some pirates away by singing.
And he did so in the most tame manner possible.
Possible, yeah.
Oh, let me stop it. I'm gonna say either a 1 or a 2.
Should give it... He probably should get a 1, really.
But then again, he does kind of... The dolphin riding is kind of weird.
That's pretty cool, too.
2.
Well, thank you, Beth.
Yeah, that's an awesome one. Thank you so much. The total is 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 2 equals 19.
19.
Oh, thank you for that. And it's one I've genuinely never heard of before as well.
No, I hadn't either. It's always good. Thanks, Beth. We need more people like you to send in emails and save us some legwork and having to find some myths.
I didn't mean it like that. I just... It does help though.
It does help, though. It does massively help.
Well, let's do the social media plug. So you can find us online if you want to hear more from us. You can find us at Miss Podcast at Twitter and Facebook. Also on Facebook, you can find a Misfits fan group where we have discussions, talk about podcasts, and now there is a beautiful league table where you can see the best and the worst myths, all ranked appropriately. And on top of that, you just tell us about your day, really. We like hearing from you. So you can join us there. You can also give us 5 stars on iTunes.
Yeah, you can do that.
If they, they don't have to, but what other things could they do if they wanted to show their appreciation for the podcast?
They could donate a little or a lot to Patreon.
And
or Komi.
Yes, Ko-fi.
Ko-fi, whatever it's called.
But you can find that in the description notes, or you can go into Patreon and search for Miffs. But if you can't afford that or don't want to pay for it, that's absolutely fine. Just tell a friend.
Just tell a friend.
And then tell another friend.
And then they'll tell that person's friend.
And basically have more friends.
Just to get more friends.
What social media do we have? Oh, email us at misspodcast@gmail.com. I like Beth.
I've also decided that I want people to start emailing in with when they email us, can they also tell us the weirdest place they've ever listened to an episode of Miffs?
Yes, I like that.
So far, Noah at the gym is probably the highlight. But
yeah,
when he's
the gym is
pumping
very
iron.
weird.
I think sometimes even when he's in his house working out, he'll listen to it.
You work out in your house?
He does. He's got like a little gym.
What? That's like having a chocolate factory in your house, but the opposite.
The exact opposite.
Yeah.
No, thank you, Beth. I really appreciate, or we really appreciate you emailing in. It's very lovely.
And dear listener,
I look forward to visiting Kansas sometime. I will promise I will go to Kansas on my quest to visit all the states.
Oh, also, that's another stipulation. If you email us in, we have to visit you. That's the way it works. We see, because we're not a big podcast. We like to make it very personable. So we will come to your house, whether you like it or not. That sounded creepy, didn't it?
It did, yeah, it did.
Well, I'm in your house quite a lot.
You are at my house a lot, actually, yeah.
But you'd actually email in, though. So, Dan, should we finish off the podcast by finishing it both our ways? Should we finish the podcast if we're...
Oh, as if we were doing the parallel dimension separate podcast. Okay.
I'll count 3. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Absolute pleasure to hear from
really
you.
Appreciate that.
Obviously, I'm the best podcast host in the world.
You can give us 5 stars, but to be honest, I don't really care if you don't.
Don't tell them that, Dan. 5 stars only.
I'm trying to do my own podcast.
No, do it right then. Well, thank you so much for listening.
See you later, guys.
I appreciate it.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Miffs. 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 Miffs.
God, Matt Hoss is great.